What's up, guys? It's your boy T,
It's your boy D.
It's your boy Jay.
and this is Unquoted, guys, coming at you guys real quick. So, today, guys, we have a topic, and I'm gonna let D take it from here, guys. D has it.
Hello, everybody. Okay, so this topic is more of a cautionary tale that I personally feel that everybody should know about. So basically, what happened about last month around June 12th, a 20-year-old college student killed himself, and he left a suicide note detailing why that happened. So as we know, because of COVID-19, some people who were in college had to come back home, and COVID is just ruining everything. Like both of my parents have now tested positive for COVID, so shit like that happens. But so what happened was that when he got back home,
Hold on, wait. Your parents tested positive for COVID?
yeah.
What?
When was this?
All right, continue the story. I'm sorry. That you can't just drop a bomb like that and then they continue going on with the story.
I know. I thought it'd be kind of funny to do that, but yeah. So when that guy came back home, he felt like he had the thought like, hey, maybe this is a good time to start investing, and playing with the stocks. So he got the Robinhood app, and if people don't know what it is, it's an app that lets you buy and sell stocks with no charge whatsoever, which is which is a really good thing for people who just started out. So so he was using it for a couple weeks, and then was making some money, and then he got into what's called and uh, he got into what's called these shit, I can't get the word out. It's options trading, sorry. So, and that is kind of a more advanced way to kind of make profit. But over the course of doing it, he woke up one day and Robinhood said that he owed $730,000. So imagine that you just wake up, thinking everything's cool, and then you owe close to $1 million. And so he felt as if he kind of ruined his life in a matter of months, and probably ruined his parents' life. And so he thought that the only way to kind of get out of this situation is to take his own life. And one of the sad parts is that he never really owed that much money, and if he waited until Monday, he probably would have actually just lost maybe $200 to $300. And so he made a big mistake, and mainly because he got into this without fully knowing what he was doing. So the main reason I'm telling this story is to really tell people to be careful and make sure you know exactly what you were doing before you choose to do anything, really. So yeah.
So I have a quick question. Why was it only actually 200 or 300 and he thought it was a lot more?
Because in the options trading, it's like you're getting a contract to give you the chance to buy this stock for a certain price, but you technically haven't bought it yet. And then he kind of got some loan money and kind of used it in that kind of way, and to get leverage. It's all that trading stuff is really confusing, but it's pretty much having contracts and buying and selling stocks with the contracts and trying to get a profit off of that. And so he kind of bought more than he should have, and then it kind of, yeah. And so pretty much it showed up as 730,000, but he didn't he didn't actually owe that much money. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really just a very sad story about how one mistake kind of made a person think that he ruined his life, even though he really didn't.
honestly, the thing about it is stuff like that people don't realize is like him dying would have caused his parents way more pain than them actually owing that money.
Yeah.
So like him doing that just made it worse for everybody.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I can understand why he did. He basically saw himself like, okay, I'm gonna be in debt for the rest of my life. My parents will be in debt for the rest of my life. I don't know what to do. But like stuff like that, man, I don't know. Like it's just never worth it, man. Like,
Yeah.
what you gonna say, Jay?
It's definitely not worth it at all. Like, because like even if you did owe that amount of money, there's gonna be someone you know that will be able to help pay for that. And like there's gonna be payment plans to try to like pay that off slowly and slowly. But like there's so many other ways to go about that situation. So I think he made the wrong choice, of course, by
Yeah.
doing that.
But it's like $730,000, like just to be slapped with that, and then thinking like I'm like shit, I'm fucked. You know what I'm saying? Like that probably put him into like panic mode, and then he just made that decision.
Yeah, and he's the fact is that he's really young too. It's like, I can understand like people are in college, they're not really, they don't really know how stuff works a lot, and then college is a very stressful time on top of that. But it's just kind of like, I don't know, man. It's just like people just have to think about stuff more. They have to really think about like, I don't think he really looked into the options about like what would happen and stuff like that. He probably just got so like hypnotized by the number. He was just like, F it. But it's like, man, you just have to look into more stuff. Not only that, but it's just kind of like, if he was willing to do something like that, he probably had other emotional issues prior to that. Because like, if he found out one day and just decided to do it the next day, that was probably just a tipping point of something that had been happening.
I definitely agree with that. Like that might have been the final straw with like on top of like a bunch of other issues he was probably going through. And he probably felt like that would have been like the deal breaker. But he still has his entire life to live, and he made the wrong choice by doing that. And there's always going to be someone later on down the road that could potentially help you out with paying that off.
Exactly. And you might have been able to like file for like Chapter 1 bankruptcy or something like that, and that would have.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, I would have done that, but man, I don't know. It's just that it's kind of like, do you get the sense that like just with this like younger group of people, they just seem more prone to be depressed?
Definitely. Like I feel like depression is like kind of a common trait with like a lot of millennials, and I give the main culprit to social media, because social media can make a lot of people just compare their lives to other people's lives. That's kind of what social media does. That's like the biggest con to it, is that it makes you compare your life to someone else's instead of appreciating your own and appreciating what you already have. So a lot of people, it could just make them not appreciate what they actually have, and what they actually have is probably perfectly fine enough, but they're comparing to somebody else's, which could lead to depression.
Exactly. I could actually kind of like relate to that. Not that I've been depressed over social media, but like I remember when I was younger and I was in high school, I remember Facebook. This was like when Facebook was like super lit. And like I remember one thing, I used to look through Facebook and I'm like, dang, I feel like, man, everybody's out here like living their life. Everybody's out here doing like crazy things. And it's like, man, I feel like I'm not doing nothing. Like I don't even have my driver's license yet. Like I really felt like I wasn't doing shit. And then like one thing like I came to realize like at that younger age, I think I was like like maybe 14 or 15. I was like, how come every time I'm looking at this stuff, it makes me feel worse? So I just stopped like looking at like social media and Facebook, and I realized like I'm not really worried about this stuff anymore. So like I've come to realize that social media has a way of tricking you to thinking these things. And the funny thing is, when you actually talk to these people who you see that are going these places, stuff like that, half the time if you talk to them, they'll be like, bro, I just be doing regular shit. It's just that every now and then I'll be going it. But who wants to see me sit there and watch TV on the couch? No one.
That's true.
Exactly.
It's all smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, people are only posting the highlights of their life. They're not posting every single moment of their life on social media. It's like you're only going to see the most exciting portions of people's lives on social media. And people do it. I don't blame people for doing it to an extent, because people want to be able to record and socialize with their friends on social media and have memories to look back on and have their life documented. So to an extent, I don't blame people for doing it, but at the same time, it's like everything in life's a balance. If you on it too much, you're going to be comparing your life to other people too much. But if you use it in moderation, whenever you're bored, you're going to be fine.
That's true. Yeah, moderation is key. Everything needs moderation.
Facts.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And I don't know. I think now that I'm older, and it's because I realized that at a younger age, like, I don't know, social media to me, it like motivates me. Like, when I see someone like going on a trip or something like that, or I see someone maybe getting something they've always wanted, it kind of like inspires me to like go harder. Like, oh, like, you know, if they can do it, you know, I need just to work harder on my goals and work harder to do things. Cause like, I think one thing in life that people don't realize is that yeah, life is not fair, but you don't deserve everything that somebody else deserves. And by the meaning of that is that, like, okay, like I have this one friend where he goes out and he travels all the time. It's like, damn, he travels a whole lot. But I also think about it this way. He works hard as hell. Like, he has multiple jobs. He's always hustling. He always has a side business. I don't deserve to sit there and get the same reward that he gets because he works harder than me. So that's what kind of made me be like, all right, well, if I want to enjoy that, I need to work harder. So I think people have to also get accustomed to that. Like, there's a reason why some people's lives are different than yours. Like okay, they might have rich parents. All right, that's a gimme. You got that. But like, in terms of just like living a regular life, man, like if you sit there and you grind and you can do it, I swear to goodness, like you'll notice shit in your life just change for the better. Like it's a choice, you know?
Yeah. And this discussion's leading towards like the mental health aspect and social media aspect of the conversation, but like those are very important things. Like just doing everything in moderation is key, and seeking mental help. If you feel depressed from using too much social media, you just got to get off of it, get on it occasionally, like because it's just training you to watch, to involve yourself in other people's lives. That's the biggest con to it, but there's also a lot of good to it with like it can educate you a lot with all of the platforms that are on there. There's a lot of motivational speaking pages you could look at. So there's a lot of good to it. And with social media, we're able to pick up on all the craziness that's going on in the world. We're able to catch all the police brutality. Like everybody has their phone out now. So everything's getting exposed and recorded and documented. So like that's the good to it. And that's put on display with the George Floyd protest, because we were able to get that recorded. And then that led to kind of like all the protests beginning.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. Because I think a lot of times people do look at the negative stuff, but you look at the positive stuff, like that's the number one reason why like a lot of artists don't even need a label anymore. They just put it on social media. Or like a lot of people, it's easier for people to become entrepreneurs now because of social media. So there's a lot of good with it. I think the thing with social media is that the age, I think that's the problem, because I've known people that are older with social media have more common sense, and they're like, okay, like this isn't, they're not like on a private jet every day, you know, unless they're Drake or something like that. But like, I think it's that kids are getting exposed to social media like too young now. I think that's what it is.
Definitely. Like I have relatives that have their kids like with cell phones at like the ages of 6, 7, 8. I'm like, that's way too damn young to be having a cell phone. Like they don't even know what the hell to do with it, but play games on it at that point, at that age in their life.
That's true. My aunt, like all 4 of her kids, have their like very own tablet, and the youngest one is like 1.5, and she has her own tablet. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Too much. Bro. I had my first cell phone when I was in like 6th grade, when I was like 12 or like 11 or something. I think I was like 11.
That's the age where you should be getting a phone at, but like before then, like you don't even need one.
Damn, I was late. I got mine at 16, bro.
Damn.
You were late as hell.
Yeah, you late as yo.
You were super late.
That's super late. Damn, bro.
Because me and my brother used to share a phone, but then there was this girl I was trying to talk to, so I asked my mom, like, hey, I want my own phone now, and then that was it from there.
Wow, all you had to do was ask a long time ago.
Yeah, pretty much.
Damn, wow. That's funny. Your parents,
sucks.
Your parents are like, I wonder if he's gonna catch on. He probably won't. They just let you rock like that.
I mean, it wasn't bad. Like, you know, sharing a phone, right? It wasn't that bad.
I couldn't do it. I feel like going into middle school, that's like the ideal age you should be giving your kids a cell phone.
Exactly.
Like anytime before that, it's too young. 5th grade maybe, but before 5th grade, like, you don't need a phone.
Yeah, there's no point. What are you gonna do?
There's
And
not a damn thing you're gonna do with it.
Like,
I think it also depends on, like, you know, what's around you. Because, like, let's say if you live in a not so great area, I would want my child to have a phone. You know what I'm saying?
If you live in a dangerous neighborhood, for sure, like, I would want my kid to have a phone at an early age, just so in case he ever needs to call me or his mom, like, he'll be able to reach us very quickly.
like my niece, she's young. I'm not gonna lie, she's like young. I think she's like 9, and she has a phone. But the thing about the phone that she has is like she can literally just only call her immediate family. That's it. She don't have
That's a
anybody
good
else's
one.
number in it. Like, I think it's one of those like parent phones or something. It's one of those
The
like
hell?
weird. It's one of those weird phones. Like, you guys ever seen those like phones back in the day, which it had like a homework thing, like check your homework, and it had like some other like kind of badges on it. I can't remember the name. If I can remember
With those
the name,
pagers?
no, it wasn't no pager, bro. Pager was like in the 90s.
Oh, for real? Damn.
But yeah, it's I forget the name of it. It was some weird phone that came out, and it wasn't that popular. But
That's why we ain't hear of it.
right, if I can find a picture, I'll put it up on the podcast. But man, it's crazy, man.
That's wild.
So what was like the first social media that you guys kind of like latched on to? Like when you guys were kids, what was the first one?
Well, Facebook. I skipped MySpace.
Yeah, I skipped MySpace too.
So I went straight to Facebook. And
I kind of wish I had got on MySpace now that I look back on it.
MySpace was tough. I'm not gonna lie.
Everybody says
MySpace, bro, you could put like whole videos on there. Like your page could be customized and shit. Like people would go to your page, your music start playing. I remember, I think, what was mine? I think I might have had like Crank That Soldier, some dumb song on there that I used to have on my MySpace.
we try and get them crunk, huh?
Yeah, and then when Facebook came out, I was like, man, this shit is boring. It seems like every app got more and more basic. Like
Instagram's not basic.
Okay.
Instagram was kind of like the exception.
Okay, listen to me when I say this. All right. MySpace had everything. It had pictures, had videos, had all this stuff, right? It had everything. And then Facebook was literally just like pictures and chatting. Didn't have really any music or whatever. And then Twitter was just like words, just like tweets. And then Instagram was just like pictures. I'm talking about when it originally started. I'm not talking about Instagram now. Instagram now is trying to be like 5 other apps.
Yeah,
right now.
All in one.
All in one. They're trying to be like every other app. Like apps right now, like the thing about it is I remember when apps first came out, like social media first came out, people would be on there for like 3 years and then it was done. They would choose another app.
Mm-hmm.
And then like it would be 3 years and then it was done, let's choose another app. Now like companies have found a way to sustain their apps longer, you know? Like people are still on Facebook now, but if you notice, Facebook is more older people.
Parents.
My grandma's on Facebook.
Yeah,
That's true.
Once parents got on Facebook, all kids got off
Everybody
of it. Real quick.
Bruh. And the thing about it is my grandma will be like asking me about stuff on Facebook. I'm like, Grandma, I do not get on Facebook anymore. I don't know what's going on with the lady across the street, Grandma.
Instagram is next on their list.
Oh no, parents cannot take over Instagram
My
because
parents follow me on Instagram,
don't let parents on Instagram. Hashtag.
and they be seeing my stories sometimes.
Oh no, I block I reject my parents' friend requests when they try
Oh,
to
bro,
add me on Instagram.
I do that on Facebook all the time.
That's
I'm like,
messed up.
bro.
I'm like, well, we're not gonna let Facebook happen again to Instagram.
Nah.
I'm not allowing it.
Bro,
Aunts,
nah.
all my aunts, relatives, like it's
Hell
a no.
no.
It's a no for me, dog.
I refuse to like have any of my family on like
Yes.
Instagram or anything. But honestly, I'm not one of those people. I don't even use social media like that just because like I feel like unless I have a product that I'm trying to sell, like now that we have this podcast, like yeah, I'll put some more stuff up on IG and stuff like that. But just in regards, I just think that social media is a waste of time. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
I
for the
wouldn't
most
say
part,
that.
it is.
To an extent, it can be, but I think nowadays with Instagram, like if you follow the right pages or follow the right accounts, you can actually gain a lot of knowledge through using the app. Like you can be taught a lot of different things, and you're able to keep up with your friends. So I think there's a lot of benefits to it, and it also helps pass by time when you're bored. So
Yeah.
and it can be educational.
But most people don't use it for those kind of purposes. They just use they just use it to flex and just show
Yeah.
people like, hey, my life is so great, even though it's not. But hey, I want you guys to think that.
Yeah, people will definitely use it for that reason. Some people will only use it for that reason alone to kind of like
Unfortunately,
sell their brand.
it's crazy. Like I know I have this one friend. All he does is like stunt with the cars. He stunts with all this stuff like that, and it's like,
It
bro,
gets
like
old.
it gets old, and it's just kind of like people just know what you're doing. Like no
And
one.
it just becomes corny after a
I
while.
think it's super corny. I think honestly, I think not. I think probably like 80% of people on IG are corny. Like just some of the stuff is just kind of like, all right, like we get it. You need attention. Like this
There's no
one girl.
attention at home.
Yeah, like this one girl was like posting like bikini pictures in like December. I was like, what? Like, all right, whatever. Like, okay, like you look good in it. Like, you got some shape to it, but it's like, I don't know. I just feel like it's just to me, it just comes off as like thirsty.
Yeah, you can really identify who's an attention seeker and who's not just by looking at Instagram and watching other people's stories or profile pages.
Instagram is low key like softcore, like porn for real.
You sized it.
No. Yeah.
How?
Too many IG models in those like photos and videos just showing off their ass or like pouring milk in their bodies. It's like, bro, that's a waste of milk. And things like that.
That was quarantine radio. That was the only time you saw that shit happening.
Nah, bro, it's all over.
I've seen it happen a lot of times.
That's why I honestly like I went through when I first got Instagram. I followed everybody, and then like I just unfollowed almost everybody as soon as I followed them because I'm like, man, like this is a thirst trap. This is a thirst trap. This is another thirst trap.
And you get tired of seeing it too.
Super tired of seeing it. I think that's why people don't even talk to each other anymore. Like it's just weird now. Like I don't know.
I think it's a great entertainment aspect added to it, and if you it's all about what pages you follow. If you want to gain actual knowledge from using social media, you can follow certain pages. They got like motivational pages or just any kind of like
But yeah, give us some examples, man.
Also like following activist pages too keeps you updated with what's going on in the world. Sean King, his page is good page. He's an activist. He'll post like all kind of stuff that educates you. I gotta really scroll through like the accounts I follow to find some good examples.
You follow a lot of them?
I can't really. I follow a lot of different accounts, and like I'll check on like some of my friends' stories, and like if I see a certain account on there that they've consistently posted and it looks interesting, I just follow it, and then I'll get posts on my feed from that page, and it just can be educational. It's all about what you make out of it. Just like with anything in life, it is what you make it.
That's real.
That applies to Instagram too. Your Instagram is gonna be what you make it. Like by the accounts you follow, who you follow on it, will help make the page.
I have to do a purge on my IG. There's too many IG models that I follow.
Bro,
I'd never follow too many of them because then it's like just gets redundant after a while.
I stopped following all of them because it's just like they're just like moving, and then you see like guys. I like ass. Everyone knows me. I like ass, but it's like, bro, like just off of everything, just like they'll randomly be twerking at a grocery store. I'm just like, all right, like okay, that's enough. Like
unnecessary.
Yeah, just for attention. It's just kind of like I don't think anybody likes attention seekers. I don't think women like attention seekers.
Nobody.
I don't think men like attention seekers, man. It's just like.
But they don't mind being the attention seeker. You know what I'm saying?
It makes you just come off as a narcissist when you
narcissist.
look like such an attention seeker.
Not only that, but like the high that you get off of that is so temporary. There's no point of it. Like, okay, like let's say that you're a bad girl, you're shaking your ass, you have 1,000 guys to look at it. Like, okay, there's always gonna be the one guy that doesn't look at it, and you're gonna be wondering, okay, why isn't he looking at it? And then like, like even okay, let's say you're a guy, like you're driving your nice car, some girls be looking at it, but that one girl that you're looking at who looks good is just like, not seen it too many times, I don't care.
Yeah,
You know?
and a lot of people just go for the likes or the views, but it's like you post something on your story, it only stays up for 24 hours. So like you get that satisfaction for 24 hours. And if you post a picture on your profile, like you're gonna get a certain amount of people liking it for probably like a day or two, and then after that, people are gonna stop liking it, and then it's like, okay, you did all that for a couple likes.
And the thing about it is that like most people just like your shit if they just like you. Like
Yeah, if they know you personally
what's
or if they like you as a person.
yeah, so like I don't really see the point of that. Like there's a lot of people I don't even be looking at their shit, but I like them as a person. All right, blah blah blah, like. But it's like I'm not even really paying attention to it. You could take a photo right. Any one of y'all could take a photo right now. It could be terrible. I'm still gonna like it. You know.
Looking out.
Yeah, but it's just like and that's why I'm saying it's not real.
It's a phony.
A lot of people.
Phony.
Yeah, a lot of people are gonna put their highlights of their life on there, so it's like you're not really seeing like what they're really going through.
You know what's funny? I remember one time I got blocked from IG off from this one girl.
That's hilarious.
It was funny because she had posted this like skit, like she does like these skits, right? And like one of these skits that she had posted was like really corny. Like I was just not vibing with it. And then she was like, she's like, what do you know they did one of like those polls on Instagram, like on IG polls?
Yes or no things?
Yeah. And does someone have a TV on?
No.
Okay. But yeah, she had like one of those IG polls or whatever, and it was like, should I keep doing these skits or should I not do these skits? And I was like, yo, stop doing these skits. And like, she just singled me out and like DM me and was like, oh, so you don't like my skits? And I was like, yeah, they're kind of corny. And then she was like, she liked it, right? And then she blocked me.
Damn.
She blocked me. I thought it was hilarious. I was like, man, I love you too.
It happens to the best of us.
She only wants positive validation.
How you gonna ask me for my opinion and then block me when I give you my opinion?
Wow.
You didn't give her the opinion she wanted.
Yeah. That was it.
We're not gonna beat around the bush here.
Yeah, some people just want to hear what they want to hear, and if you tell them what they don't want to hear, they don't want to hear it, and will no longer want to hear it going forward.
And I think the funniest part of this whole story was that like this was like an older woman too. So this wasn't even like someone like my age or like younger, because like okay, this was in high school, like all right, whatever, people are sensitive. This was like a grown woman. I was like, damn.
Wow.
Maybe old, but she hasn't grown up.
Big
That's
facts.
why.
True.
Quote that.
Quote that. I like that. We got your boy T.
This has been your boy D.
This has been your boy J.
And we are signing out, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Even if you don't like it, still comment. Still like and subscribe, guys. Thank you.